Very good morning to all. I hope I am audible. Friends, we all know that we are using JGM mobile app to certify the villages after we have completed the work. We have improved that web application. There were a lot of complaints in that web application and there were a lot of problems. And we tried to minimize those problems through a web app. And now we have better version of mobile app available where some new features are also there, and that is also a task that is expected from us to tag the geotag the water sources and water supply assets like treatment plant, water storage structures, pump houses, things like that. And today we will see the flow of JJM mobile app. uh, the existing app, the new app has same user credentials as old app, and all those data that you have entered through old app is will be visible to you. That is already stored on a common platform, so there is no worry that deleting the old app will cause any sort of problem. So first thing would be simply delete the old app and go to the Google Play Store and install the new app. So that is the one thing that I would request all of you to do. Today we will have step-by-step presentation. We have made the YouTube link live. So all field officers, you can ask all your junior engineers, Pani Samitis to join through that YouTube link, and that YouTube link will remain available to you. So it's in a recorded fashion that we are doing. So that will be available for future reference as well. So the structure will be that we will have a presentation on JGM mobile app step by step, and whatever questions are there, you can type in the chat box. The states team that have joined directly in the through web application link should type in the chat box, and those who have joined from field can type in YouTube comment box, and we are looking at those comments, and we will pool those comments and we will try to answer those. So we will not have one-to-one interaction today in the interest of this large online session that we are having. But I would request again that please ask your field units to join the YouTube link as soon as possible. So far, we already have more than 300 people who have joined on YouTube. So I hope that this number increases to a few thousands. Sorry, it has crossed 525. So 525 people have already joined. That's a good sign. So are we ready with the showcasing of the application? So I hand over to Mr. Gautam, who has developed this application. Gautam, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Uh,
Cameras.
hmm. What's it? Okay. Is my screen visible to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So first thing is the mobile application is now available on Play Store. Okay. So Play Store का link है. Yes, right. Jal Jeevan Mission. So on Play Store, if you just go and search for Jal Jeevan Mission app. तो dashboard है.
One 2.0.
आ गया ना. नहीं वो dashboard.
2.0.
This is the mobile application.
समझाओ कौन सा नहीं सेलेक्ट करना है कौन सा सेलेक्ट करना है
हाँ जी. So
नहीं इंग्लिश में
the application, to search for it, you can just type JJM app 2.0. Over there, from my screen, if you see the third option, which is saying Jal Jeevan Mission 2.0, that is the new application that needs to be downloaded.
So here you see the first option, that is Jal Jeevan Mission app. That is the old version that will be disabled maybe today evening. So keep in mind that Jal Jeevan Mission 2.0 has to be downloaded, not the Jal Jeevan Mission app. So this must be very clear. Otherwise, we will be downloading the same app again. Yeah, please go ahead.
So basically go to 2.0 and then install this one.
Since it is already installed on this mobile, so it is directly asking you to open this application. Otherwise, in your case, it will be installed and then open. Kindly open.
So I'll first log out. So at the first time when you open your mobile application, you will see this screen, which will ask you to select which type of user is going to log in. Right now, only field engineers can log in. So just select the field engineer option and then enter your previous application mobile ID password along with the CAPTCHA.
Is there any problem with the audio? जोर से बोलो और धीरे से.
So I am right now logging in from one of the sample IDs.
So card.
So I have entered the credentials and entered the correct CAPTCHA. Then the login gets the application gets logged into the field engineer portion. And what we are seeing on the screen right now is the dashboard for the field engineer. Okay, so it states that I am a field engineer from Kutch, Gujarat, and there are 74 villages assigned. Okay, and then under those 74 villages, there are about 51,000 odd households. Okay, it also gives me the status of what the overall household certification and tap water supply status is. Below that, status of villages is the next section, which is showing split into 4 sections. Okay, first one, tagging not started, is wherever in the villages there is either no water source or no this thing tagged, uh, asset tagging started. Okay, next part is HGJ reported, which tells you that all those villages where water supply connections have been provided and been reported is comes under the category HGJ reported. Okay, reported will not have a count of certified villages. It will just have a count of number of villages that are reported. And then HGJ certified is all those villages that are confirming the status of getting certification completed.
So can you go scroll up a little bit? अरे तुम भी काम करो ना, decline करो. Can you scroll up, Gautam? So this we are using the login credential of field engineer of Kutch. So we see that he has been assigned 74 villages, and there are 51,111 households, out of which 96% have been 100% is given basically. So 96 was during the Jal Jeevan Mission, 3% was before. And the certification is done only in 20 villages. So this is the basic screen that you have. And based this you can basically you see a field engineer can see and know which villages he is left where the work is still remaining. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So next we will first look at tagging not started.
So today we will demonstrate three things: tagging of assets, tagging of water sources, and tagging of and certification. Since certification you are all familiar, so we will demonstrate that at the end. We will start with the tagging of what you are starting with
Water sources.
tagging of water sources. Yeah.
So over here, then pick any village.
No, here when you come to
Which-
this list, you get the list of villages and what is their coverage percentage that is there in the alphabetical order.
Yes.
पूरा बताइए.
हाँ जी, sorry. So over here, all the villages in alphabetical order are present where no water sources have been tagged. Okay, and you are also shown the number of households it has and what is the coverage percentage existing.
So in this case, we saw it is 100% district. So all villages have 100% coverage. So this list basically will be 74, isn't it?
हाँ जी.
So we'll let us take example of any
So I'll just
village where you would like to. So we select from the list directly.
yeah.
So you go to the name of the village and click.
Yes, click on the name of the village and then it will open up the option. So over there, if there is any water sources, it will show up in the table on top, which is right now appearing blank. And then you have two options, whether you want to add an existing water source or a new water source. Now, existing water source is a water source that is already mapped to a scheme and which is already being used. New water source is a water source that is right now not used, but we have identified it as a water source. So there are two options. In most of the cases, you will end up using the existing water source because you want to update the current water sources that are already being
So
used.
here the idea is we all know that each scheme has a water source. It will be either a tube well or a spring source or a delivery point of a bulk water supply scheme or a delivery point of a multi-village scheme. So these are the type of water sources that we can have. So if the water source is already existing in the village, the inside village, if there is a scheme that is yet to be approved or it is about to be approved and work has not started, even then you can add the water source as new water source. However, if you already have a scheme, you already have a IMIS ID of that water source, that will appear as an existing water source. So all those water sources who have IMIS ID, we have referred them as existing water source, and all those water sources which are not there in IMIS and you would like to add that they are called new water source. Is it like that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I'll first start with existing. Okay, so the very first time when you're using the application, it is going to ask you for a permission to allow it to pick the mobile location. Okay, so you can select while using this app, that is the very first option. Okay, so it will automatically pick up the latitude and longitude from your current location of the mobile application. Next, when you select name, basically first thing that it asks you is to select the name of the scheme for which is under which the water source needs to be tagged. Okay, it will show you the list of the schemes which are the schemes that only fall under that particular village that you selected. So then you can pick any one village, sorry, any one scheme which under which it falls. Then you select source for whether it is a piped water supply scheme or it is other.
Please.
Once those two are selected, then you have to select the category of the water source. So whether it is surface water, groundwater, or basically regional village supply scheme. So, and once you select the category, there will be a subcategory for it. So like I selected surface water, so there is a lake or pond, a river or stream, canal or others. Same way there will be choices for groundwater as well. Okay. After that, you need to take a photograph. Again, the very first time it will ask you to choose from the image gallery. Permission to access the camera or use the gallery. For simplicity, right now, just simply use the gallery. Okay. Then you enter the landmark. So you can enter something that helps you remember the location of the water source. After that, the map would show up, which is currently under development. And then you need to update if you have done the yield measurement or not. If it is done, you will select yes, and you will be asked to update the yield measurement quantity and the date on which yield measurement was conducted.
So this is something that when we decide the source that it will be sustainable for next 30, 40 years, we try to capture that quantity. So in a source which is based on, let's say, spring, we tap part of the spring, or we have a take structure at a river or lake, and that is providing the water to the village. So whatever is the entry point of the supply at the village, we will measure the yield at that point. It is not the yield of the whole multi-village scheme or bulk water supply scheme. It is the yield that is available at the village boundary, which is serving, catering to the particular network in the village. So there, suppose it's a multi-village scheme, and the least discharge we expect, let's say in June. So what is the supply during the June period? That supply we should add here. Suppose it's a spring-based source in a hilly area, and we expect the lean period to be in December or January. So what is the supply in January, December, January, February? What is that liter per minute that we are getting, and that we record. So that is the idea. So that we have. Yeah. And how the geolocation is marked.
जियोलोकेशन वो पहले ही ऑटोमेटिकली पिक्ड जब उसने मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन की परमिशन ली ना.
So that you should tell them so that user understand. So in this application, it is expected that you go to the particular source, and when you capture the photo, it automatically captures the geolocation also. Yeah, please.
Okay. And if you don't have the yield measurement available, you will select no, but then you will have to update the date when the yield measurement will be conducted.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, it moves on to the second section of water source addition, where the water quality parameters are taken. Just like yield measurement, if the water quality test is done, you are asked to update it whether it was done in a lab or the using the FTK kit the test was conducted. Okay, so let's just say we will say FTK kit. Okay, and then the date, update the date on which the test was done. Then it will ask you to update the document for the test. Then it will ask you if there through the field test was there any contamination or not. So let's just say we say yes. If you say yes, then you have a set of options where you have to pick from what are the different quality parameters that were an quality issue. So first part is physical parameters like salinity, total hardness, turbidity, pH. Next section is chemical parameters, which has chemicals as well as metals. So first part will cover things like ammonia, chloride, nitrate, chromium, arsenic, fluoride, and then in metals you have iron, heavy metals. Finally, biological parameters like uh, bacteriological or virological. So you can select whatever are parameters that are having quality constraints, and then basically you enter the proposed measure in which by which you can handle the quality constraint.
Okay, WTP for chromium. Since we have chromium here, let's say water treatment plant for chromium. So here, friend, it's an example. We normally don't have that kind of issue. Uh, so if there is a contamination in groundwater source and that we are going to use for drinking water purposes, let's say arsenic and fluoride, I think it would have been better if you would have chosen arsenic. That will basically help our field officers to understand better. Let's use arsenic instead of chromium. Choose arsenic.
Hmm.
So WTPP for arsenic. So that contaminant must be tackled. So that we just input it here. And suppose WTP is already installed, then in that case, ARS.
Sure. Okay. After that, you at any point, if you want, you can save as draft. It and the data would be saved, but not submitted for approval. Okay. So if we go back, you can see that this the water source that we just added is visible, but it has not been submitted. So it is still editable till the time it is in the draft category. Okay.
So this time just take example of a groundwater source.
Okay. Let's edit it to groundwater. तुम्हारे फोन पे सही चल रही है क्या? अटक गई है तो
You want to hide the screen? So we can't. So there was a question that to repeat the yield measurement process. So let's do it once more for a groundwater source. Can we do that for them?
जी सर वही कर रहा हूँ. टैग नोटिस नहीं वो इनिशिएटेड में आ गया ना अभी टैग इनिशिएट कर दिया था इसलिए.
We can take another fill, no problem.
तो अच्छा ये वाला एडिट नहीं करना नया कर दूंगी.
Shall edit करेंगे, yes. So let's understand how we do the editing also. So suppose by mistake we found that it was some other village. So इधर देखो यार. And not for the in this village actually the source is not surface water but groundwater. So let's change it to groundwater.
So after selecting groundwater, now you can select the subcategory of what type of groundwater source it is, whether it is a bore well or tube well or open well, spring or a hand
Let's
pump.
take bore well. And then we take the photo of the source. landmark. Let's make landmark address. So we have not taken habitation. In which habitation it is lying, we are not taking it. Okay. So in the village, which is the location. So let's say it is near the school. It's a text box. Can you type it?
Yeah.
Just type it, near the school. Okay. Go down. Then map, and once you select, it will show in a map where it is actually located. That functionality, service we are trying to take, and soon it will be live. But let's go to the next step, the yield measurement. So since it's a groundwater source, we have meticulously calculate the yield. So let's say yield measurement has taken place, and we say yes. The liter per minute discharge, let's say it's at least 200 household kind of village. So let's take yield discharge to be 700 LPM. Just do the entry 700. So it's only a numeral value, or it's a text value also you have to type. You have to type unit also. It's
no, units by default is liters per minute.
Okay. Can you type text?
No, it
will
just
not
allows
take.
only
Okay.
numbers.
So it's only in liter per minute. So we say that it's a 7. So it should appear in a paid text.
वो sir, मतलब the
Towards
moment
right.
you select,
Towards
because
right.
हाँ जी, it allows only. Okay.
700 LPM we have selected, and when it was conducted, let's say it was conducted in the in June 2022. We say June 2022. Yield measurement conducted June 2022. So this you have to make slightly more easy so that they can select the year also. Okay, let's say take October.
And this time we will submit. So now the application has been submitted for approval. Also, simultaneously, you saw that because we initiated the tagging, the village moved from tagging not started to tagging initiated.
So this is one source that is tagged.
हाँ जी,
This was a new source.
new source.
Let's take another village and try to tag existing source.
नहीं, sorry, that was existing. New नहीं किया हमने.
This was a new source.
Existing.
It was existing.
Yeah, existing source. Yes. So the difference over here, if you see between new and existing, the moment we selected new, it is for asking that is it associated with a scheme or not. So if it is not, you can simply select no and add the source. Otherwise, if you select yes, you have to select the scheme. Then you select the category again, whether it is surface water, groundwater, or multi-regional. Rest of the process is exactly identical. Again, you upload the photo, the landmark, the yield, and then the quality. So अभी asset.
So is it done?
हाँ जी.
And the drop down list of the schemes was shown.
हाँ, if you want, I'll
एक बार फिर से दिखा दीजिए. So we'll just simply repeat for the sake of understanding. Let's take some other village.
New existing.
New than existing. Yeah, please go on.
Thank you. So
Say yes. Let's select scheme. Which schemes? So tell us now.
so
नहीं दिखाओ ना क्या बता रहा है.
so when you say yes and select the scheme, it will show you the list of schemes that are available under that village, and then you can select one of the
So
schemes.
you see the list of schemes. Yeah, दिखाओ. So this is a list of scheme. It is not looking very nice, but we will try to make it more in a list way. But you can see there is one scheme 815436 2513594, and then there are two more schemes that you can see. So suppose it is a Bhachao RWS. No, let's say it's a Rejuvenation Bhachao 2021 scheme. So let's take 815 first scheme. So this is the scheme with which this new source is being tagged. Now select the category. Make it surface water. No, make it regional multi-village. Let's give this third option also. So what you are doing, you have to tell people, otherwise they won't understand.
Sure. So the application actually got stuck, so we kind of restarted the application, and we are again doing the water source tagging. So we selected the scheme, then we select the category as surface water, then we select
Not surface water, select bulk water transfer. Whatever you are telling, just tell people. The people are listening. Make them understand what is happening. Don't talk in between, bhai.
So if the corrections are done continuously, sometimes the server response becomes slow. That's why the application gets stuck responding. Sure.
Don't change the. Just visit.
So we started. For this particular village, seems like there is no scheme associated to it. in the system. So let's select another village. Somebody has logged in from the same credentials. That is why the application has got stuck. Uh, Whoever is trying the same credentials, we request you to please log out and not use the same credentials while we are doing this demo.
So you can go further.
I'm restarting the application, but again, one humble request: do not use the same credentials. Uh,
कच्छ फील्ड इंजीनियर अभी थोड़ा रुक जाइए आप अपना क्रेडेंशियल अभी मत यूज करिए जस्ट वेट फॉर द यू आर यूजिंग योर लॉगिन credentials so let's one person only use it so just log out and log in again so that there is one more. So this is a feature in the app that you cannot log from two devices separately. That's a safety feature that is there. So we log in again so that if there are any users that are logged in, they are logged out.
Somebody is still logging in.
Use any other credential.
Uh, the- so now we are trying with some other credentials. Hopefully this should work. Again, a request: people, please do not use the application simultaneously, as only one user can log in at one time and use the application. So we are again going to tagging not started. So once I selected the village from the list, it is trying to fetch the data of all previous water sources if they were tagged. Again, somebody is logged in.
मेरे ख्याल से बी है पहला लेटर. 6. 6. It's the same thing.
Data to same.
It's same login. It's not new user. I think you have to log out.
Data exactly same. User. These are credentials we use separate one.
I want that way. It's we are just making another attempt to.
So now this time we logged it to the field engineer of Koda in Jharkhand. This field engineer has only 5 villages assigned to him, and out of which we have basically 3 villages where no tagging has been started, 2 villages where tagging has been initiated. Out of this, 3 villages are already certified and 1 village is reported. So we will, for now, first again look at water source. We selected new water source, uh, selecting the scheme associated to the water source. Then select the category. So if you look at the difference between the groundwater, surface water, and the regional, under the regional there is no subcategory. Again, take a photograph, update the landmark. for yield measurement. Let's just say we don't have a yield measurement right now. So, and update the date when the yield measurement would be conducted. Then water quality. Upload the water quality report. And let's just say in this water quality report, there was no contamination. And submit. So hopefully everybody is clear with the difference between existing water source and new water source. Next, we will look at asset tagging. So, basically for asset tagging, once water sources are tagged, the village will move into tagging initiated. Under tagging initiated, select that particular village and then select tag physical asset. Okay. Then
This is not clear. Where to select the tag physical village?
Sure. I'll start again. So if you want to tag assets, you will go under the tagging initiated category. Under the tagging initiated category, you will see a list of villages. Okay. Select the village for which you want to tag a particular asset.
Gautam, you have to see the screen because there is some lag between your device and screen. So when it is selected at the screen, then you speak. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for others to understand.
Oh, sorry. So then select a particular village.
Then just speak which village you are selecting. So
and once you've selected that village, then you see the option to either add additional water sources or add a tag of physical asset. So in this case, now we're going to select tag of physical asset.
So tagging, once you select, it will lead you to two options: tag a water source or tag a asset. So that comes after you select the village. So for example, here we have selected a village, and now we are going to select an asset that is to be tagged.
Yes.
Then you select the category.
Yeah, and then so basically after that it gives you the type of assets that can be tagged.
Just read all of them.
Groundwater recharge structure, water treatment plant, pump house, mass balancing reservoir, service reservoir, gate valve, then pressure breaker tanks, kettle through, kettle trough, and bathing and washing.
Bathing and washing complexes. So let us take ESR. Let us take pump house. We are tagging a pump house. We select pump house.
Okay, so over here we can see that this particular, there was already a pump house previously tagged for this particular village.
So when we select type of asset, for example, ESR, if there are two ESRs and one you have already tagged, so it will appear in the list. For example, let's say in this village, there is some localization at Sambalpur, Pachoria, Tola in Gota. There is already a pump house there. So we may edit it or we may add new asset. So let's first understand how a new asset is tagged and then we go. Yeah. And kindly speak louder. People are not able to hear.
Okay, sorry. So again, the first thing, once you select the asset, on top it is showing which village and what type of asset we are tagging. Then you select the scheme under which the asset needs to be tagged. Over here, we are seeing there are two schemes. Excuse me. We'll pick the first scheme. Okay. Now, again, the moment you're doing this, it is on the back end. While taking the photograph, is taking the geolocation. Okay. I am going to again upload the photograph. Okay. Provide a landmark just like for the water source for the asset as well. Then enter the year of commissioning. when the particular asset has been commissioned, apart from year of commissioning, there will be a capacity of the asset. Let's just say we are saying.
It's not relevant. I think Anand, you have to give this. This is not correct unit. You have not given. So next. Next submit.
Okay, so that is asset tagging.
Can you now show us a certification once again?
Then go to basically HGJ reported, where you will get a list of reported villages.
Before we go to the certification, how do we know that what is the status of tagging? How many assets I have tagged and things like that? Is there any table that is available or will be available?
So if we scroll down, there is this option where tag all water sources and assets. Over here, it will give you a summary. So if we go to like physical assets, it shows as a summary of what is tagged. So if you see, there are two pump houses that are under approval that have been tagged, and there is an ESR that is also under approval that has been tagged.
So you now we can go back. So friend, this is very useful feature. Uh, yeah. It's a useful feature that you can either go tagging from top row, or you can come to the tagging of water sources from the this capsule that is given below. There's a question, suppose there are 10 physical assets from one particular source. Is a sedimentation tank, distribution tank, steel tank, etc. Do we have to tag all 10 physical assets? The answer is, first of all, it is not related to the one particular source. Asset tagging is independent of the source. It is taking into account all major physical infrastructure that is created in the asset in the village. So if a village has 5 tanks, let's say one sedimentation tank, three steel tanks, and two OSRs. So these are significant expenditure that has taken place, and that we would like to have geotag. So answer is yes. All significant assets needs to be tagged. So especially if you see the drop down list, we had 9 type of categories, which include walls also, major walls also, walls that supply to a habitation. So even those we are saying kindly do the tagging, because that will help us in measurement and monitoring systems if we are going to deploy in that village. Yeah, please go ahead. And similarly, can we see the water source summary also? So, for example, this village, there are 5 water sources, 3 are approved. So this field engineer has 5 villages. So for each village, how many water sources are tagged and how many approved? This summary is clearly given. Okay.
And besides that, the last column which says JJM status also shows the status of certification. So there are already 3 villages that are certified. That is why it is showing that they are approved villages as certified.
So the priority should be those villages where the 100% tagging, 100% reporting is done and certification is already done. Because we have not linked tagging to certification, but we expect that within 15 days time or 1 month time, the tagging of assets should be done after certification. So those villages which are certified, there the tagging should be prioritized. That is the purpose of this table.
So now we will go look at the certification flow again. So back on the home screen. On the home screen, this time we will select HGJ reported. Under reported, since we see only one village is pending, so we select that village. The first thing is it gives us the overall summary. Next, first part of the certification is updating the village action plan. So the first question is, was the village action plan prepared with community consultation? Yes or no? Uh, Now, important thing over here is if you select no for anything, you will not be able to complete the certification. So you can update it and save it as a draft, but all of these activities need to be completed. So we will select yes. Then community contribution. Did the first question is, did the community make any contribution? Let's just say we say yes. Then if we say yes, it will ask if the community contribution was made in cash or kind. So first entry is for cash component. Let's just say we say there was a 20,000 rupee contribution in cash and zero contribution in kind. Okay, so the application auto calculates the total contribution. Then basically the field engineer is asked to confirm that is a separate bank account maintained for community contribution. We say yes, and then also confirms that the community contribution has been deposited into the bank account. We again say yes. Okay. Next part is community participation. Okay. Over here, by default, the field engineer who login we are using is coming under the PHED RWS contact. Okay. Apart from that, if there are FTK trained persons, they are shown over here. If we go to add contacts, you can add contacts of the FTK people if required. Same way, if there are skilled people available for maintenance activities, contacts can again be added. Okay. Then IEC activities is the next section where IEC activities have been conducted in this village for community mobilization. Again, a yes no question. So if we select yes, then you are asked for how many activities that have been conducted. Let's just say we say 2. Then we move on to the second section of certification. Okay. Now over here is the certificate handed over to Panchayat Samiti. Okay. Let's just say yes.
This certificate is the certificate of an engineer.
Then is the scheme handed over? Again, yes. Is the service level above 55 LPCD provided for household supply? Yes. Does the village have history of contamination? Yes or no? Okay. So if yes is selected, again, you need to provide the contamination history. If no is selected, you can simply proceed. For now, we will select no. Then is the village provided with safe pipe water supply? We say yes. Now, next thing is you need to upload the PHED certificate in the application. Again, I select something from the gallery. Okay. Once it is selected, you need to confirm that the PHED certificate is in the correct format, it is readable, and it is signed. Okay. A sample certificate is also shown that if you select it, it will take you to the website where the sample certificate is available for download. You can look at the sample certificate if required. Next, we move to the final section. Over here, we are looking at the Gram Sabha resolution. First thing you do is select the Gram Panchayat. So in case a village has more than one Gram Panchayat, you will have multiple panchayats under it. In this case, we have just a single Gram Panchayat, that's why we are selecting one. If you have more than one, you will have to do the Gram Sabha update for each of those panchayats.
So this was a request from the state that in some villages there are more than one panchayat. In fact, it was a request from Andhra Pradesh, and there our field officers told that, sir, we have in one village 4 panchayats are there. So for each panchayat, since panchayat is the body that can certify, so they we will have to upload 4 certificates. So that is why this provision has been made.
So, first question is, did the Gram Sabha resolve to declare village as Har Ghar Jal? You say yes. Okay. Then basically you upload a Har Ghar Jal Utsav photograph. Okay. Same way you upload a Har Ghar Jal resolution certificate. And then you upload a Har Ghar Jal Utsav video. And then you select all the check boxes to confirm that they are as per the uh, criteria provided for each of those, and then finally click on submit. And then
There is a question: what is the size of format of video page that you can just reply?
The video format can be any common format of the video, like a MP3, MP4, wave format. All those formats are acceptable. And as far as size restrictions are concerned, each of the document that you're uploading, for each document, the size message has been mentioned in the application in the box right below the upload option. So for each, there is a different size category.
So for example, for image, the size is 100 KB. For video, I think size are few MBs.
Hanji,
So it is there in the instruction there. Yeah.
Yes. So then the application got submitted. Now, if we go to the web portal, for which I'll ask Shilpa ji to share her screen.
So, so in this mobile application, these were the features. There were some questions in the previous geotagging, I think that we should take now.
Sure.
So there is one question. If there is no internet connectivity at the source and we take the photograph offline, so whether it will automatically geotag when we come in the network area?
Yes. So the option, there are two options over there. You can either continue to use the mobile app and then sync it on once you come into the network, or if you haven't been able to sync the mobile app, what is recommended is just take the photograph, come back, and from the web portal update the details. So the web portal doesn't need live connectivity at the location, and you can complete your tagging from the web portal.
So this is significant that a junior engineer can log in through our mobile app, as well as he has credential in the web application also. So on a desktop, he can sit comfortably, and that login also he can do if he is finding problem in remote areas. So in certain areas, let's say 20% of the areas in our country will have this kind of issue where we just take photograph at the site, because there we may find some problem in connectivity and syncing and things like that. So, and then we come back, we just upload the photograph from the web application using the same credential, isn't it?
Yes. So the web application link is something that we will share next and do the demo. So for that web application, the field engineer has the exact same credentials as the mobile application. When you log in, you will see similar options like this, where you can go to the asset tagging or the water source tagging, and whatever photograph that was taken from the phone or camera or wherever can then directly be uploaded through the web application rather than through the mobile app because of connectivity issues.
And there is one question: if we upload photograph from the gallery, will it locate latitude and longitude? What is the situation now?
Yeah, when you are updating the photograph from gallery, instead of taking a live photograph, at the moment you are uploading the gallery photograph, it takes your current location as the location of the water source.
So how can we update it then?
So ideally, you should take the photograph, or if the photograph is already taken, upload it from your mobile application at the location so that the correct geo location is captured.
So answer is that when we take the photograph, we should see the photograph that has geocode in its attribute, and the geocode should be of the location from where the photograph has been taken. Because system will not have means to know and identify photograph is taken from which place. However, this when we will have this map facility available, and that I think we should be available soon, you will have a pin on the map, and then you can move the pin to the correct location. So that possibility will come, I think, in a short while. But as of now, we will have to take the photograph, or we have to edit in the attributes feature of the photograph itself, and that is slightly complicated and only experts can do. So let's not get into that. Let's ask our field engineers to take photo from the field and just give it to you, or they can, when they come back at the location where internet connectivity is there, they upload those photographs. So that I think answers the internet connectivity issue. Then when water tag resource is there, uh, uh, when we tag water resource, there is no scheme ID in the drop down. Only scheme 1 or scheme 2 is shown. In this case, what we shall do? बताइए।
So there are two options. One is you can either tag it as a new water source and select no scheme associated to it. Or second, if you think the scheme is already present but it is not showing up, need to contact the district engineer, and they can update the scheme in IMIS. Then it will show up in the mobile application.
So the IMIF mobile application and web application, every day they sync with each other. So whatever updates that take place in the scheme entry is automatically updated on the IMIS. So if scheme is not visible, we have to update the IMIS. Then there are a few more questions here. Some people are still saying that app should be available on iOS. I think it should be available. And then the people are saying fix bugs. It is frustrating for field engineers with such issue. So we saw with the another app, login, the app was perfectly fine. However, I think it should be much better. We had done some user acceptance tests in the field. So I think we will seek your feedback. And if there are major issues, we will again maybe update the app for your use. But I think it should work fine. Then there is issue. If the water quality is within acceptable limit, do we need to update quality parameters? If water quality is agreeable, then you say no. There is no water quality issue. We have to update only if there is a water quality issue. Need to improper server ping timeout. Need to improve server ping timeout. Okay. If range is not available at site, what do we do? DKMI. So I think that answers the question of connectivity and those things. Can we have the same login with the same credentials? Can we log in on the web application and show them how
Yes,
it looks
sir.
like?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are removing the unsharing the screen of mobile app, and then we are sharing the web application for the field engineer. If you are facing some issue in the mobile app.
Okay, so this is the web application.
No, this is not the way. How we come here?
So for the web application, all you need to do is type jjmapp.ddws.gov.in, and this is the page that will open up. Okay, first we will re-log in to the field engineer, the same credentials that we just logged in from. So and also simultaneously, while we are doing the field engineer login, what you can see is if you look at the left.
No, Gautam, there was a question. Is there a lock-in period? What is lock-in period? Because earlier app has 15 days lock-in period. Is there a lock-in period in
So
this app?
The lock-in period as such is simple, that if you are doing incorrect login more than 5 attempts, your user account gets locked out, and that lockout is for 2 hours. So unless like earlier where the account was getting locked out for 15 days, now it is a 2 hour lockout. So what you need to do is if you ended up entering the wrong credentials, for next 2 hours, do not use your application. After 2 hours, request your immediate level higher, which means the field engineer will request the district will request the state, so on and so forth. And they will reset your credentials. With the new credentials, then you can log in after 2 hours and resume work. Okay. Yeah. So on the left side, you can see the Hargarjal status, which is basically stating the number of states, certified districts, villages, and everything. And if you click on the eye, it also gives you the overall report. Let's first go over the certification, and then we will look at the reporting also. But yeah, so we will log in using the same credentials.
Explain this.
So if you see that when we clicked on the login, there was somebody else who was logged in with the same credentials. So in the desktop version or the web version, it gives you that error message confirming that somebody else was logged in. And when you click yes, the other login session would have been disabled and the user is logged in then through the web panel.
So is it only web application or mobile application also?
Both.
So it is logged out from all applications.
All applications.
Either web or mobile.
Yes.
Okay.
Only difference is in the mobile that message doesn't show up. In the web, the message is showing up. Okay. So, and then you basically see a similar dashboard to the mobile application, but slightly more detailed. Naveen, can you scroll down a little?
So
Yeah. So as you see, like there is like the mobile application. Scroll down. The overall status of completion, and then the same way the summary of number of villages, how many are households are tagged. This is the summary. Okay. Now Naveen, go on the forms, please. Okay. When you click on the forms, you see the same options like the mobile application, tagging not started, tagging initiated, HGJ reported, HGJ certified, tag water source, and tag physical asset.
So let's tag water source. Let's use the lower example.
Yeah, this time let's go to tag water source. Okay. So over here you see again the same 5 villages where we are seeing the status of how many water sources are available where, and now you can see the village that we had just sent for certification is also showing pending for approval. That is the third village in the previous example from the mobile app. Okay, now we select the first village. Yeah, so now for this Sabalpur village, we are going to add a water source. Again, the moment you select the village name, you get the option of existing and new. Let's pick new. Okay, click yes on scheme. Now click the drop down for scheme. Now we see there are two schemes. Pick the second one. Okay, scroll down. Source category, let's just say regional. Okay, please upload an image for the water source. So this is how you do exactly the same thing from the desktop when you are facing connectivity issues. Over here, you can, let's just say you took the image from your mobile. You can come back to the workplace where you have access to a desktop and internet connectivity, transfer that to your desktop and then upload the image from your desktop and fill the rest of the form. Naveen, upload an image, please. Okay. Now enter the landmark. Let's just say near school chalk. So over here, you see the image that we were selecting was greater than 1 MB. So it showed an error that please choose a file size which is less than 1 MB. So the same size limits that apply to the mobile application also apply to the web. And then the moment the file correct file size is selected, it shows the confirmation that the file was uploaded. Yeah, just say besides school, village school. Okay, now click on map. Yes. Over here, because now we are doing it offline, you can enter the latitude, longitude over here manually to tag the source in the web app. Just enter some random latitude, longitude. Naveen, just enter some latitude, longitude. And click tag.
Okay. It is showing in the map also where that pin is dropping,
Right.
isn't it?
Yes.
So it's in ocean.
That is we just randomly
Because you did
selected.
the wrong tagging. So immediately you can come to know and whether the tagging is correct or not. So in web application, it is being reflected there. Okay.
Okay.
We can go further.
And close. Okay. Then again the yield measurement, yes or no? Yeah, just put in a number right now. Say 500. Select a date. Okay. Go next. Same way now. Next is water quality. Say lab. Okay. Take today's date. Upload and report. Okay. Now contamination. Say yes.
Say no. Say no.
Okay. Say no.
And you move further. Yeah.
Yeah, and submit. Submit. Okay, it is submitted. So as you can see, the process for water source, asset tagging, everything that is available in the mobile is also available through the web using the exact same credentials. And similarly, even the certification process can be done through the web portal as well. So the field engineer can utilize all three functionalities in the web portal in case they are facing any connectivity issues with their mobile application. डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाला दिखाना है इसके बाद okay Naveen, can you move to the certification part, HGJ reported?
The reports are available.
Okay. Oh, please select another. So since iska we already have send it for approval. We cannot do the certification from here because there is no village now available to certify.
Whatever is looking, just explain to them.
Yeah. So for in this particular example, if you remember, there were 5 villages for this field engineer, and there was only one village that was reported. And from the mobile application, we already send it for certification approval. That is why for this particular field engineer, we don't have any process where we can certify. Okay. So we will use a separate field engineer credential where we will show the certification process through the web app as well. Naveen, log out through this field engineer.
What is certification in progress?
Certification in progress, this pending for approval or draft.
This is the same form.
Haan.
What are the other forms that are available in this web application?
So pending initiation is to start the certification for wherever they have not started.
Show them.
Okay. So under HGJ reported, pending initiation will show a list of villages where, Naveen, click on pending initiation. Yeah. So over here it is blank because there are no villages where we need to initiate the certification. And in certification in progress, it shows the list of villages where certification has been started or submitted and it is pending approval. Okay. Naveen, log out from this and log into another field engineer where we can show the certification process.
I think this was the same credential that was causing problem earlier.
Yes. Naveen, do you have any other credentials? So now we've logged into a different user um, and
Why don't you explain in this panel what are the things on the left hand side? Just explain what.
Sure. Okay. So once you log in under the dashboard, the first thing is user, where in the user, Naveen, click on the user tab. Yeah, you will see that particular user list, username and everything. Under the action, if you look at the I button, you can click on the I button to update your name and phone number if required. Other than that, the field engineer doesn't have any other rights. Uh, they cannot create users. The other users like the district can create field engineers, the state level users can create district engineers, so on and so forth. Then the form section is something that we saw already. Click on forms, Naveen. So the tagging not started, tagging initiated, HGJ reported, HGJ certified, the same information just like the mobile application. Naveen, scroll down. The master. So over here, it gives you the master information of the state district block. And in the end, you have the change password option so that you can reset your password if you require. So these are the options that are available for the field engineer. Okay. Naveen, go to HGJ reported now. Yeah. So over here, we see that one village is basically pending uh, whose HGJ reported, but the certification process has not yet started. So on the view details part, we can click on the eye Naveen, click on the eye, please. Yeah. So over here, it will give us the IMIS data, like what is the total households, the number of connections, just like we were seeing in the mobile application. Naveen, scroll down. Click on continue. Yeah. Again, over here also we can see the village action plan, the exact same flow as the mobile application. Go to village action plan, please. Yeah, say yes. Okay, community contribution.
So it has same flow. And with this, we can complete the registration and update process also.
Yes.
And the data will also go to the same servers. It is as good as we are doing with the mobile app, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
And this will take care of the connectivity issue so that the field engineer can at least complete all the information online whenever they have access
So
to
there was one question popping up frequently. What is the period within which we should certify the village? So the benchmark is that once your village is reported as 100% Har Ghar Jal, then within 60 days you have to certify that village as Har Ghar Jal from Gram Panchayat. So that is the benchmark. And since some states were facing problem in tagging and other associated things, we slightly reduced the dependency on tagging of assets. So ideally, the tagging also should be done before we do the certification, because when we are giving this thing to community, all the data should be uploaded on the portal. So that is the benchmark. However, we would expect that let's say if the village is certified and tagging is not done, then let's say within 15 days you tag those assets. We have not kept a timeline so far, but very soon we will start popping up on the field engineer's mobile app or user credential that you have certified 5 villages, but tagging is not initiated in any one of them. So that kind of control we will have. But let's say we'll finish the tagging within 15 days of certification. Yeah, I think you can go further. So
Sure.
I think this part people are very much familiar.
Okay.
Let's tag some water source and physical assets from this application also. I think it's at the cost of repetition. Let's do that.
Sure. So
And how do they say the reports? That is more important. First, you show the reports, and from there you go to the tagging.
sure. So Naveen, go to tag physical asset. So over here you see a summary of all the physical assets that have been tagged. Okay. On top, on the right hand corner, you can get village wise tagging also. So it will give you a count of assets tagged by village as well. So by village, the how many assets have been tagged?
Check there.
These are the two ways to look at the asset count. Uh, Same way, if you go to tag water source.
There is a question, Gautam. Let's take this question. I think it is not yet clear.
Is there
The
any
question is there any link between JJM mobile application source tagging and data entered in WQMIS portal for sources in order to avoid the multiple entries by field officials and data discrepancies at two places? So I think we are talking about two different things. WQMIS portal captures the testing of water sources, and there also uh, very recently we have added the source ID. So in WQMIS, all the sources that are tagged with all sources that have IDs, they appear in the WQMIS portal, and against that you do the testing. These data that is coming from mobile applications will also populate in the list of WQMIS. So this will not be a duplicate thing. We are not maintaining separate directories. The same source directory of a village will get updated. So if there are 5 sources in the village, those 5 will come. You either have tagged in the scheme or you have tagged through the JGM mobile app. I think it is the same. Second question is whether the source photograph and source detail can be entered at a single window frame so as to avoid the wrong entries. So that's precisely we are doing here. So I think you can take up this question when you are tagging the assets. Yeah. I think let's tag the assets, water source again, and then physical assets. Let's go back to the water sources table again.
Yeah. So Naveen, go to tag water source.
So in this village, we see that village-wise, in let's say Agrani, the village at serial number 2, there are 2 water sources. Just click on the water source. Anand, you wanted to say something on this? No. So,
Naveen, click on Agrani, the second one. Yeah. Okay. So over here, you see that there are already 2.
So in the one window, you are seeing all the water sources of a village. And you can do all the editing and everything. What is the status? This is the status that is being shown, isn't it?
That they are already approved. These 2.
So can we go to the? Let's say we want to add another water source in this.
Sure. So new or existing?
Let's say an existing water source.
Okay. Naveen, add an existing water source, please. Okay. So in the existing, first thing you select is the scheme again. Naveen, click on the drop down. Select the third scheme. Okay. So piped water supply, source for, and then under category, say surface water.
No, choose groundwater.
Sorry, go groundwater. Okay. Select borewell. Okay.
And we can do the rest.
Yeah. So
now let's go back the new water source so that everybody is clear, very clear in the difference between existing.
Yeah.
Now I think it is okay. Just complete it. Yeah.
Just we can go back also if.
Complete.
Okay. Naveen, upload an image. So this is where in the same screen you can upload an image also and update the water source information as well. Is the question that was asked. Location details. Yeah, just enter something. Okay. Tagging again. We've shown this. That's okay. You can close this. Say yes. Okay. Put in some value. Put on. Okay. And date. Yeah. Next. Okay. FTK. Yeah. No, say contamination, no contamination found, and submit. So that's it. New water source is added, and now it is showing that it is pending for approval. Once it is approved, it will also show as approved.
So you see here also there is a maker checker rule, and in the district login, we will show you how it comes in a district login and how you can approve or not approve. Can we edit it? The water source that is pending for approval, can we edit it?
No,
we cannot do it.
No.
I think we should provide that functionality to edit till it is approved.
So till the time it is in save as draft, you can edit it.
Achha.
The moment you submit it,
Okay.
now it is to the district for approving. So that is why it becomes uneditable.
Okay. Can we see the details of first 2 which are approved?
So Naveen, can you open the first one? Details for this. No, that view is not right now there in the.
Oh, so
web.
that I think should be provided.
Sure.
Okay. So I think this is how you tag a water source in a village. Now we can show an example of physical asset.
Yeah. So Naveen, go to tag physical asset. Okay. Now
Tag an ESR 5 serial number.
Serial number 5. Click on the plus sign to tag a new ESR. So once you click on that, it is showing me the list of villages. And then I need to select which village I want to tag an ESR for. Let's select the first one, Naveen. Okay. So now inside the village, I will click on the new physical asset. So over here now for that particular village, I am adding a ESR. First thing again I do is select a scheme, then basically the asset photograph, then give a name to the asset.
Here, it was storage structure. No?
So and then the under the asset type, whether it is underground, overground, or
You write water tank here in pump, otherwise people will get confused.
so Naveen, yeah, just over there instead of pump, write water.
It's a landmark location. Okay,
Location.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, perfectly fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Then year of commissioning, put it as 2023. Capacity of the reservoir in liters, so let's just say 50,000 liters, and submit. So now we see that we've added a new water source, sorry, new asset as well, and it is pending for approval. So
this is all the functionality. And what are the other master and state and district?
That is just the list of state, district, and all those details. It is just read only.
So we can. How suppose a village is not assigned to a field engineer, what he should do?
He will have to check with the district, and then the district level they can do the village assignment.
Okay, let's go.
One question is keep on coming on the YouTube. If field engineers are having the GPS coordinates of any source or any asset, so can they enter it manually?
Yes. So it was shown. I think we can show again.
So
That manual entry of source is possible, as well as the physical assets in web application, not in the mobile application.
not in the mobile. Yes.
So field engineer has to log in through a web application, and they can simply type.
So just Naveen, once again go on new physical asset, please.
So the question, for the benefit of audience, I will repeat the question. The question was whether we can key in the geo tagging details, geolocation of a source if you already have it. So let's see this.
So Naveen,
going to
scroll down to the
go to a water source. Go to a water source.
Water source. Okay, and Naveen, go to the tag water source.
Yeah.
Okay,
Select any village.
Yeah, click on new water source.
New water source is fine.
Say no to scheme. Yeah, source category, select groundwater. Say
Borewell.
okay. Image, Naveen. Okay.
Landmark.
Okay. So over here in the web app, now you see you can click on view map and tag the latitude, longitude. You have to click over there.
Here you have to add the latitude and longitude that you have got. So I think the answer of your question is yes. You can tag the water sources as well as physical assets using web application if you already have a geocode available with you.
And you can enter the geocode over here in latitude, longitude and click on tag. And that is how the latitude, longitude gets updated in the system.
Okay.
Naveen, close it.
So now we can move to district user login and see how it appears on his screen for approval.
So Naveen, for this particular field engineer, log into its district.
So while Naveen is doing the login for the district, let me explain that the mobile app is available only for the field engineers. Web application, mobile application is not available for district level authorities. It is expected that district level authorities will only log in the web application and approve whatever data is coming through web application or mobile application from fields. Uh, so there was one question in old app, I have done all procedures, only pending with approval. Will this data be deleted?
No, so if all the process that was, if they have followed, all the data is available, safe and available on the web application. The district coordinator can actually look at it and either approve it, or if there are any pendencies, he at the district level they can send it back, and then from the new application, the field engineer can update whatever gaps are there.
What about the data which is in draft stage
Draft stage, it will show up as draft
in the new application?
in the new application.
So your data either as draft or as submitted will continue to appear in the new mobile application also. So you need not worry. When you delete the old app, nothing goes away. Then there was another question. We are new users, so how we are sign up in the app? So there are many field engineers who have not been assigned villages. Naveen, you can continue. You can directly come to the district login page. I am waiting for you to do that. Till that, I am taking up these questions. So the question is, I am a new field engineer. How do I get my user credential? How do they get the user credential?
So all field engineer user credentials are generated at the district level. So they have to coordinate with their respective district level engineers.
So
And
district officer will show you how the users are created. In that, it will become clear. So you have to approach your district officer to create your user credentials. You can normally it is mobile number and password that is there, and based on that you will be able to do the login. Who will approve state coordinator capacities? Okay. So there was a small question that in pump house, what is the capacity? So normally it will be discharged, although in the application we saw it was liter, so we'll modify that. We'll change that. Are we able to log in the district?
yeah, we are just logging into the district. Naveen? Oh, we use a different district then. So again, same way with the district, somebody else was logged in. So uh, over here, as once we log into the district, you can see the dashboard view is slightly different. It is showing that this is the executive engineer of the Siddhi district in Madhya Pradesh.
There in Madhya Pradesh, yeah.
Okay, and this particular executive engineer has a single district assigned. Under that district, there are total of 1,025 villages and 2 lakh odd households. Out of those, only 70,000, close to 70,000 households have got the FSTC connections, which is about 32% of coverage. The district is not certified. Then basically there are also no villages certified. There is just one village where certification has been initiated, and two villages who have uploaded the PhD certificate. One village that has uploaded the Gram Sabha resolution, and two villages. Naveen, scroll down. That have uploaded the Gram Sabha video. That is the summary of the district. This particular Siddhi district in Madhya Pradesh. Now, Naveen, go to user. Okay, so under the user over here, apart from the district user can see all the field engineers. And this is where the district user can add, edit the field engineer credentials or assign villages to them. Naveen, can you click on edit for anyone? Okay, so over here you see that is the field engineer name and details. Okay, the password can be updated, and below is the option to update, add additional villages in case the district engineer wants to add villages to a particular field engineer, and then update user to be able to update the requirements. Okay, same way if you go to Naveen, can you go to create user now? So yeah, select a field engineer, and again select Madhya Pradesh. So since this is the district engineer of Siddhi, he will get only the option to add a field engineer under the Siddhi district. Yeah, select Siddhi. So and then whatever blocks come under that field engineer, he can select which block. So just select, yeah, any two. Okay. Um, then the gram panchayats. First, yeah. Okay, that's it. Now go to villages. Yeah, select all three, the three that you're seeing.
Can all villages selected simultaneously?
Can all villages?
No.
Not me.
Every village has to be. I
Yes.
think that option should be provided.
Okay. So this is how a new field engineer role can be created and assigned a particular set of villages as well from the district level.
So if there are multiple panchayats, so how do we do that? So in the
In the
panchayat,
panchayat, yes.
and then so this is once it is done, it is done.
It is, yes.
And then we, if there are any changes that are required, that we do it in the edit.
Edit.
Okay. So if a field engineer is not able to see certain village in his login, then probably he should approach district coordinate, district officer, and district officer should see whether this village is mapped to that field engineer is not, because this is commonly is the issue that I am not able to see my village. It is not showing up in the app or in the list that I have got. So this is where you update that. Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, and if the district coordinator is not sure, Naveen, can you go to the report section? So the district at the district level, this report is available where basically for each village, they can the district level can view if there is a field engineer assigned or not, and also the state HGJ status of each of those villages.
So in Amarpur, we see there is no field engineer that is assigned, and of course the certification resolution, nothing has happened. So everywhere is no or dash. So the field engineer, this is the main first job of any field, any district level officer, to ensure that all the villages are assigned to field engineers. I think we'll very soon start monitoring this, that whether all the villages have been assigned or not. And I think in the state level report also will we have that how many villages are assigned and not assigned.
Matlab the state level, once he dives down to the district, he can see that.
And summary also he can see.
Yes.
So at state level also, state level user can monitor how many villages are yet to be assigned, and he can drill down district wise regarding the number of villages. So this is, I think, one of the most important things. And I think there is no bar on creating number of district level users, is it?
Yes, there is.
So there can be two district level users, and they can have multiple districts also.
Yes.
Divisions are possible. So you can divide it district level users in terms of divisions. However, you want to organize your villages and districts and panchayats, you can do that. The flexibility is available. At the end, all villages must be assigned to at least one. All villages assigned uniquely to a district level user and village level user. So in those cases where suppose there are multiple agencies working in a same district or same village, for the purpose of certification and for the purpose of tagging, kindly make sure that only one set of people are given that responsibility, because in one village we would not like to have two agencies who are responsible for O&M, who are responsible for collecting user charges, who are responsible for testing water sources. It should be one agency. So choose an agency which is most likely to do the O&M. That person, that executive engineer, that field sub engineer should be assigned that village. So that decision has to be taken at higher level. Kindly do that. And I think this is the first task that we will start monitoring, that all the villages are assigned. Yeah.
Okay. So Naveen, now go to the forms, please. So over here, now the district level officer can see three things: the water source form, the physical asset form, and the certify form. First, go on water sources, Naveen, please. Just go on tag water source, Naveen, in the forms. Okay, we are already at tag water source. Okay, so basically for this particular district, there are no water sources that have been tagged in the field that are pending the district approval. That is why it is saying no data found. Go to tag physical assets. Again, no data and certification. Do we have another credentials, Naveen, where we can see some data pending, where there are some villages, assets and everything pending for approval?
So while we go to another district, there are certain questions that have come up. Meanwhile, I would like to take up while Naveen does the login. The question is, there should be a Gram Panchayat filter also, as after particular Gram Panchayat selection should filter, particular Gram Panchayat selection should filter villages as well, which is currently not filtering. It is showing all village names. Okay. Hello, sir. If mobile application is not working proper, so we can do all work on web application. Yes, answer is yes. You can do all the work on web application. Forget password option for login. Is there a forget password option in the login?
No,
So I think that should be provided.
that is क्योंकि वो safety के लिए, because then the
Hierarchy maintain flow from district to OI for that purpose.
Is it possible to show district-wise status under a state in JGM dashboard for public view in case of Har Ghar Jal status? So Har Ghar Jal district-wise is available on the JGM dashboard itself. So we did not have it here. You can see from there. So the question is, when we select the villages, so when we select multiple panchayats, so all the villages appear in the selection box. है ना? So it may happen that two villages have same name in different, but they are in different panchayats. So in the bracket, panchayat should also come
Okay.
along with the panchayat, so that the proper selection can be done. So that point is noted. We will improve that. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay, we have another district login. Over here, we can see that there are a set of villages where the water source tagging has been done and are at different levels. So, as you can see, there are two villages where it is in draft status, in the sense the field engineer has started filling some information but has not sent it for approval. Then there are the next three villages where the water source has been approved already, and then there is one where it is pending for approval. So first, Naveen, click on view details on the draft. So over here, whatever were the details that this for that particular water source that were filled by the field engineer can be reviewed by the district level officer. Naveen, scroll down. And So in this case, the image for some reason the field engineer did not upload, but all the other information that was there is uploaded, and it also shows at what timestamp was the water source image and everything uploaded, the geocode uh, put in. Now, since this is in draft, it may happen that the field engineer is yet to upload the image. Go back, Naveen, to the form again. Yeah. Now show the approved one. Okay. So this is the form which they look almost identical. Both of them at the district level are not editable. The district uh, officer can just view these. Okay, go back again.
Wait here. So when we are approving, the district officer is approving. The important thing is yield. For example, in yield of 80 LPM, here we should show the units. Yield of 80 LPM is very low. It's very small. So normally it appears that there is a data entry error. So they should not be approved. They should not be. These are the things that we have to keep in mind. And whether this water source is tagged with the scheme, that also has to be checked by the district level user. Go down.
Naveen, scroll down.
Test report is not there. So unless until these things are there, we should not approve as a good practice. So whoever has approved has not done due diligence, it appears. Yeah, go back.
Okay, Naveen, go back. Yeah, now go on the pending for approval. So again, same way you can see all the details over here. Scroll to the end. And over here, you can see that the water source image is also in this case been uploaded. And there's a lab. So lab data has been updated, but lab report over here is still not present. So, okay, go back, Naveen, now on this. Okay, over here on the outside, once the village has been looked at, Naveen, just scroll down and check that village which was pending for approval. Click on the checkbox. Okay, now scroll up. Yeah, now the at this point, the field engineer, sorry, the district officer has an option to approve or reject it. If they review the information and they think everything is correct, they can approve it. If they think that there was something that is not okay, they can reject it. And when they are rejecting it, there's a text box that opens up to provide a reason for rejection.
So here you can say the LPM recorded was not correct. The photograph was not correct. So on 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a text entry. You can do, you can write down as much as you want. So all the steps you can, all the instructions you can give to the district level user, and it goes back to his login again, and he has to do it again.
Yes, yes. So, and then the field engineer will get this notification and they have to fix it again. Okay, Naveen, press cancel, please. Yeah. Same way, go to physical asset now. Yeah. So again, same way you have a draft and approved that you can view, and there should be some pending for. Is there any pending for approval asset, Naveen?
Can district level user, once they have approved, can they revise their approval?
For water source asset or
Yeah, for water sources and tagging.
yes, and accepted. So like you can check on the approved. Naveen, select, check the approved. Yeah, and then on top go and reject it.
Okay. So even after approval, it can be rejected.
Rejected. Yes.
So this is the feature that is available to district level officers. They can correct their mistakes. And how many times they can do it?
There is no limit to it.
So at present there is no limit, but I think at some point of time we have to do that. Okay. So you are responsible for your data and the cleaning of that data as well. So kindly exercise your options judiciously. Yeah. Go further.
Okay, just go into the details again. So just like the way we saw on water sources, in the physical assets also, the district level officer can view the details of all the asset details that were filled. Scroll down, Naveen, please. So whether it is like the geolocation, the asset name, the photograph, all of those are updated over here. Now go to the certification tab. So over here, right now we're seeing only one village that is already approved.
Let's see the details. Let's see.
Yeah, go to view details. Okay. Scroll down, I mean. IEC activity connected, yes. Okay, okay. Come down. So
Let's see. Let's see from the beginning. Go up.
Naveen, go up, please.
Start from the beginning. So this is important for district level. I'll just explain. Kindly, I request all of you to listen carefully. Friends, this is the very important thing, and this data we show on the dashboard. So when you are approving, do it very carefully. So this is the village in Almora district. The block name and Gram Panchayat name is visible. You can, Naveen, you can follow my lead and highlight those blocks with the cursor. Then the village name, Baman Tilari, we can see there. And was the action plan prepared in community consultation? It says yes. Community contribution is no. So if the state policy is there that there should be some community contribution and there is no community contribution taken, I think it should be viewed very carefully, this component. And if answer is yes, the cash component, how much is the cash that is deposited by the community, that should be seen, and it should be seen whether there are errors of zeros, lakhs, crores, all those things should be very clearly, because we will very soon have reports about how much community has deposited based on this information. So kindly be very careful when you approve it. Now, there are other modes of community contribution as well, in terms of labor, in terms of land in kind, and that also has to be monetized. So what is the value of that? That is to be provided here. Now, whether a separate bank account is maintained or not, that information is there. Go down. Has the money deposited to the bank account? That also is being asked. IC activities, field visits, certificate handed over to community. So if PhD department has not submitted certificate, you should never approve. You should never approve. This is again very critical field that you should look for. Service level 55 is service level of 55 FPCD provided to household. Is answer is no. And if you approve it, we are violating the JGM guideline itself. So that has to be rejected, and it should be sent back to the local officer for updating the data. History of contamination, testing, then say water supply is safe or not. That answers are there. Go down. Then date of declaration, and then so these are the basic fields that you should check. Maybe we will highlight certain fields which are more important than others that you must check. Or if error starts happening, then we will have to have some kind of validation as well. So I would request you to kindly cooperate and take some time before approval, because it is a one-time exercise and it appears on our dashboard. And if you don't do this data entry diligently, basically we have not completed our work. Now let's see the quality of the completion report. Can you click it?
Yeah, can you preview?
Yeah. Yeah, while it is loading, go back to the page so that we can utilize the time. Now here it has various components. As the completion certificate PhD was uploaded, village then go down, Gram Sabha resolution. That is also there. Then Gram Sabha video. Naveen, go down. Gram Sabha video. And these are the three important things that we see from the field. You can click on the Gram Sabha resolution and video also in the separate windows so that they upload when we basically want to see it. Yeah. So this is Har Ghar Jal certificate that is signed by the Gram Panchayat and so here we see the stamp is there. It is clearly visible. Names and everything is there. Date is also seen. So it's a good certificate. You can go back to the main thing. Let's see the certificate of PhD also. Yeah. No, it has come, I think, in the. Yeah. जरा इसको zoom कर पाएंगे क्या?
Naveen, can you zoom?
Yeah, zoom more. So we can make out what is written, but it's not very clear. So it's not very good certificate. But the format is correct, and it says name this thing, and go down. Go down. PhD engineer who has signed, I am not able to understand. And at some place, I am saying the Gram Panchayat Basanti Devi's signature is there. So Basanti Devi should, if it is a she is Sarpanch, then she should receive this certificate. And someone from the Public Health Engineering Department should certify. So I think somebody has written on 18th July, it has been signed, but who is that person? His name is not there. So there should be some seal so that certificate can be and it should be maintained in their own record so that it can be verified. Go down, what is there in the end? So I think if Basanti Devi has taken over, so you just write received. It may be received by Basanti Devi, which is a good thing. But yes, the format is correct and the details are filled up. So this is a good certificate in a way. Only thing the stamp is missing. So that can be included. Next.
Naveen, close this.
Close this, yeah. So even if the Gram Panchayat certificate and other things are correct, the details that are filled up, they are not correct. So we should reject this certificate. And I will request the field engineer from Almora kindly review these certificates and reject all those which say that water is supplied at more than is less than 55 LPCD. Because in the certificate we are saying that it is more than 55 LPCD. Why field engineer should write it should be less than 55 MPCD. So kindly just have a sensitization. I think it is only a lack of understanding, and we will have a better data and less correction that would be required. Yeah. So any other things that change password also, I think that is one of the reports. Reports will दिखाइए और change password.
So Naveen, first go to change password, then we'll go through the report.
Video also you can show once.
Naveen, first click on the video also once. Sorry.
So this video has a backdrop that is good. क्रियान्वयन चरण इसमें basically when we are doing the certification it should clearly say that this is the handing over of the schemes and certification process and there is a clear cut backdrop and everything that is meant that is has been provided standardized so that should be followed so that is not clearly seen here so kindly I would request all the state officers to just have a brief small brief to district level and field officers to follow those standard Har Ghar Jal Utsav pattern so that there is some kind of uniformity and some kind of control over what we are saying. Can we hear it? Naveen, can you play it? You have to unmute. Somebody has to unmute so that we can hear. You have to unmute Naveen. Naveen, now you unmute and play again. You have to accept request. We have provided you permission.
Screen share with sound नहीं कर रहा।
So as such, it is not very good video that is uploaded. As such, if you want to see it, kindly do it in a professional way. Kindly do it in a way that we respect our work. We are finishing our work, giving it to the people. Let's do it in a way that deserves the occasion. You see, the frames are not very good. There are people, and I think the certification is being done also, but we cannot hear anything, and the background noise is there. The branding and everything that has to be done was not there. So I think we can improve on that, but still some effort has been made. So yeah, we can close, Naveen. Now we'll see the change in user this thing.
So,
So there is a question before Naveen tells you how to change password. There is a question: single village covered by two schemes. A single village is covered by two schemes of two field engineers. Then how to assign and tag it? So that's what I just explained. Decide who would be responsible for O&M in that village, because we cannot have two people in the same village responsible for O&M. If it is like that, then we are wasting a lot of resources, lot of effort we are wasting. Some nodal officer should be there for that village. So that person who is takes the responsibility of O&M in the village should be assigned the task of uploading the data, especially in village infrastructure I am talking about. Yeah. So the outside village infrastructure, multi-village scheme, those things can be different person, and we are not trying to capture those things. We are trying to capture the engineer who is responsible for operation and maintenance of in-village infrastructure. Change kar dena. There is no option in the web or web portal of uploading village certificate that needs to be uploaded. So village certificate is generated in the web portal, and there is no option to upload. We showed you there is option to upload a public health engineering certificate and then certificate by the Gram Panchayat. So there is no other certificate that is required as upload. In MVS, source will be available with one village, but whether the village might have, but other village might have no source. This is not very clear, but what I can make out is in a village, as such, there is no groundwater or a surface water, groundwater or a spring source, but only a delivery point of MVS is the source, or it is even the network is also part of MVS. Then at the point of entry, the wall where that has to be opened, or the tank that has to be filled by the MVS, that becomes the source. The entry point of the inlet of the tank becomes the source for that village. Chooses like that. So we start everything from there.
Sir, okay, Naveen, go to change password. So basically, whether it is the district or field engineer or whoever, once you've logged in, you can simply go to change password and update your password over there, where you simply type your new password, and once you submit, the new password gets saved. That is how you change your password. Now, don't change it, Naveen.
So this is for their own password.
Yes, their own
And
password.
what about the password of others?
And when the district coordinator needs to reset the field engineer's password, go to user again, Naveen. Okay, now edit on any field engineer. Yeah, over here, if you see, there is the password option that can be used to reset that field engineer's password.
Okay.
And once you've updated the new password, come scroll down, click on update user, and the new password will get saved. Yeah, Naveen, don't change it.
Okay. Any other? You have wanted to show some reports also.
Yeah. So, Naveen, log out now.
District coordinator.
District वाली तो दिखा दी ना. I'll show the overall reports also. So, over here, once you see the overall status, Naveen, click on the eye to view detailed reports. Okay. So over here, you can see individual state-wise certification status for all states, and on top you can filter by a state also. Then you can click on the state's name to go into the details of that particular state. Just refresh once, Naveen. Okay. So this is the district level summary again, which shows the HGJ status for each district. And then click on any one district, Naveen. And then that's the bottom level where you see the village level summary, where what is the status can be seen. This is the summary of the entire XGJ reports. And apart from this being available outside, individual users have these reports also available under the reports tab when they log in.
Okay. So I think that was it from the district level login.
Sorry, Naveen, go back once and log into the district where we can show the pending for approval of the certification. We're just approving the documents wala part reh gaya hai. So we'll show that all. Okay, I'll show that also now again once. So we are logging into a different district login so that we can show the certification approval process once in detail. So we've logged into an Andhra Pradesh district, which is okay. Yeah, go to the certify. While that loads, Naveen, can you go to reports once? So for those, there was a question again to check how to know which village has how many field engineers. So when you log into the district, in the district, when you go to reports, you see the name of all villages, and besides each village, the next column is number of field engineers assigned. So in over here, for example, you can see the first village has 0 field engineers assigned, whereas the second village has actually 1 field engineer assigned. And simultaneously, you can also see in terms of the HGJ status that for the second village, documentation and other progress we can see happening. But in the first one, there is nothing because there is no field engineer assigned to it. Okay, can you go back to the certify part? Naveen? Yeah, can you go to the one which is pending for approval? The second one? Yeah, select anyone and go into view details now. So for the district level, once a field engineer has submitted for certification, the important thing is apart from reviewing all the information as Pradeep sir just mentioned and checking that the information is making sense. Naveen, scroll down. The individual documents that have been submitted, like the PhD certificate, the Gram Sabha resolution, the Gram Sabha video, okay, they have to be reviewed again. And then you see there is a approve, disapprove option. Okay, each of the documents have to be individually either approved or disapproved. And for each of the document, when you disapprove, Naveen, click on disapprove. It asks you to give a reason so that you can provide a reason to the field engineer. Let's just say that the document format is incorrect, or the image quality is bad, or you have uploaded the wrong document for the under the wrong header. So that kind of thing needs to be updated. Okay, cancel please. And only once have all the documents been reviewed and approved can the village then be approved for certification. Till the time you have not approved all the documents individually, certification process cannot proceed. Any questions on this?
So there are many questions that are coming, Gaurav, in the YouTube,
Hanji.
because many audiences have joined YouTube also.
Okay.
So they are saying that they have certified a village,
Hmm.
but it is not reflecting in the IMIS. So why there is a delay, or what is the process, or how to rectify it?
Sure. So there is a sync time between this application and IMIS. So if approved today, it takes 24 hours since the time of approval to sync, which means on the day that you've got the approval, on the next day, date change, you will see it getting reflected in IMIS. So please hold on for that much time before it gets reflected in IMIS.
There is Mr. Abhishek Savarkar who says I had declared 36 village as a Har Jal approval, but in IMIS it is showing only 31. So is it only because of that delay, or there can be some other?
So there are two reasons. One is obviously there's a delay, but second thing is the system scans all the certified villages once every week, and if there are documents missing and they are still approved, the system automatically flags those. So it may appear that you finished your work, but if your documents were missing, the village will not show up as approved.
But the district user does not know about it, or the user that has approved that, he also gets that kind of report somewhere.
Uh, no, right now there is no way to notify them, but the village status changes automatically.
So village changes, status changes in their system also.
Yes.
There is another question. The same question is repeating again and again. I have approved 30 villages in the district login, but IMIS shows only 10 villages. ये मत दिखाओ, देखिए ना. Let the Webex. Yes. So is there any explanation for this? Or is
Sir.
it the only thing it will reflect tomorrow?
Sir, if it is done today, it will reflect tomorrow. And as I mentioned, if the documents are missing, then the status of the villages, even if they've approved, by default will go back to.
In this report, it is reflected immediately.
Yes, in this report, it is reflected
So
immediately.
that is why people are getting confused. I think you should have from the IMIS, you should show the same report so that they are not confused. Please do not show from the local thing. Otherwise, there is always a problem.
Okay.
वो आप करिए. Okay. Whatever is being reflected in IMIS should reflect here. No, because you are not there to explain this. That is the problem.
Okay.
There is a question in West Bengal. West Bengal. So this was Mr. Sen Gupta. This was explained by Gautam that system frequently does a automatic checking. So if there are certificates that are not in order, and if they are not there, and even then it was certified by the district level authority, then it reduces. It reduces its number in your login also. So you have to do the certification again. No document gets lost. It is there in the system. You just have to see and verify again if there are some issues or not. So you have to just take a couple of villages, and if there are any issue, please get back to us. There is an issue that website is very slow while certifying the sources. Please do necessary arrangement to fasten.
So we have already improved the performance, but yes, during certain peak loads, at times it becomes slow. For now, the only thing we can suggest is try working on it on different times, but we are continuously working on improving the performance even
We
further.
have to give it should be available in the daytime. During the peak hours, it should be good performance. We cannot expect that kind of approach when we are having a nationwide application. We have to improve it. So we'll work on that, Mahesh ji. There is a question. Please mention field engineer name with number. So we saw in the first two columns that is an editable field. Field engineer can write their name, and mobile number is of course the login name of the field engineer that can be edited at the district level. Is there any other thing? So what happens if a field engineer is transferred?
So if a field engineer is transferred, uh, basically the previous district, the field engineer login can either be disabled or the assigned villages can be removed. And accordingly, the new district basically officer can assign the villages.
And what about the data that has been entered by the previous field engineer?
The
It is
data,
available to him.
yes, the data will remain as is. The moment a new field engineer is assigned that village, that data will be visible to the new field engineer.
So if there is a change of guard at the field level, you just add a new user and assign new villages and disable the old one.
Yes.
The data remains there, isn't it?
Yes, data will remain there.
How to disable?
From the users, just go over there and instead of Naveen, go on the users. Yeah. So instead of edit, you can, if you want, you can directly delete. That way, the field engineer is completely gone. Data will not go. Only the user's access will go. Or else you can go edit and remove the villages that were assigned.
I think it is not clear.
Okay. So Naveen, just scroll over and show where the delete button is to delete a user. Yeah, so you see that is the option to delete the field engineer. Okay, that is one option. That way the field engineer gets deleted from the system, but the data remains. Second option is go to edit. Now you click on edit. Okay, and over is this a field engineer? Yeah, select field engineer role. Edit, yeah. So okay, So for that field engineer, you can remove the villages that in case it is transferring under the same district, just remove those particular villages and update it with the new set of villages.
No, only the mobile number is changing. New person has joined the same set of villages.
New,
Can the mobile number be changed?
no, it has to be a new user that gets created. Mobile number is unique per user.
That is fine, but the same set of villages now assigned to a
New user. Yes. So they'll have to create a new user with the new mobile number and then assign these villages, and that data of the previous engineer will be visible to the new engineer.
So provide a utility, the villages are also copied. They don't have to do it again and again and do the mistakes, because every time you take the entry, there will be mistakes.
Okay.
Same as whatever is there, I think that should be noted and it should be made available. Yeah.
Sure.
So there is again, sir, please explain about village certificate upload. Just go to the district level user and certification part, select any village through DGA. So again, the village certification, you need to go, you should log in from a field engineer's credentials and upload all the required information, and then it comes to the district level and it is used. Let's see an example, pending for approval. Just take one example, Mopalli. So this is how it appears in the district level, and you see the certificates and everything, and you see it, you satisfy yourself and then approve it. Otherwise, you can reject it. Sikkim JGM dashboard, number of reported villages shown 81, Haryana certified shown as 18, while number of that we have approved in Haryana is 28. Yeah, this is, I think, there is a major issue that is appearing everywhere, and it is not related to syncing of data. It is related to mismatch of the data. So just I think you have to work.
The mismatch issue was identified with NIC. They had some bug in their system which was updating the data from our system. So Surya sir is already fixing it.
Okay.
So
ठीक है, इसको हम fix कर लेते हैं. Is there any option to edit the uploaded documents after getting Heritage certificate?
so once it is certified, the documents can be newer documents can be uploaded, but it will show in the history as the previous document on which the certificate was given and the new document. And that can be done at the district or state level. The field engineer cannot do it.
So documents can be updated at district and state level. There is augmentation and retrofitting scheme in JGM. So for retrofitting for this one village, source structure was main line, not in the allocation. No, so again, so we are not getting into the technicalities of a scheme. It is not the scheme that we are trying to capture. Finally, there is a main scheme which has a source, and you did some augmentation. So we are not doing the source of finding out source for each scheme. That is not the purpose. We are finding out the physical sources that are there, and we are trying to tag that. So if there's a physical source, you tag it to the main scheme. Retrofitting scheme will automatically get tagged because it is a child scheme of the main scheme. So you don't have to find source for each of the scheme. I think this is the very important thing that we should keep in mind. All physical sources that you can go and see and measure yield, that should be tagged, not the child schemes like retrofitting and augmentation schemes. Can we see a demo of rejecting a village as well, which is pending for approval or approved in where it goes? So एक बार दिखा दीजिए. Just reject one of the approved village and then we can. So it goes back to the field engineer's login who has approved it.
So Naveen, go to certify Hardarjal and reject
But
one
we
of
have
the
the login credential of that field engineer for this district. Because only that we need to in that district corresponding login should be available so that we can demonstrate.
Sure. So
if it is available, kindly demonstrate. Otherwise, give it a small video.
Sure. So over here, the only thing you need to do is check, and then on top of it, click reject.
Yes.
And it will get rejected, and the status will change to draft. But we'll have to search for the field engineer login to resubmit it.
Yes.
So we'll create a video for that.
Here is the issue in app as well, where whenever we edit a village detail, it will create a new draft in web portal when it is synchronized with the server. So there are many drafts created. Can we reform it?
We will fix it if we'll test it once. We haven't.
Aware about it.
No, this is something new, so I don't.
So they are saying that when they are editing the village and they are trying to sync with the server, so sometimes connection gets lost. So many entries are created.
So we'll test it and then we'll fix it.
So kindly give some screenshots. Yeah, it will be fixed. I think there are more. Can a single field engineer ID can be used by multiple field? Can single field engineer ID used by multiple field engineers? Answer is no. Please don't encourage that. Don't do that.
As in, we already saw that when two people were trying to use the same ID, the demo got stuck. So only one person can use the credentials at one point in time.
If two field engineers can cover such a village in one day, it will be very good. No, so for hilly areas, it can be good if you. For hilly areas, it will be very good if it was a multi-base user, one village accessible and two number at the same time, because during the geotagging of physical assets at source habitation. So the login can be done only at one place. You can separate in time. If someone is at the field, he should capture there, and when he comes back to the headquarters, he logs in. He can again log in or use the web application, whatever he feels like. So let's maintain the sanctity of data, otherwise it will be too difficult to know who is doing what. There will not be anybody responsible for the accuracy of the data. So it will be one engineer only. Thank you, sir. Got it. Okay, sir. I think there are no more questions. So this was general overview. Now I request all the states to, if they want a specific training catering to your states specifically, that also can be organized. Kindly send us a mail, and you are always in touch with Himanshu and others in the app group also, and through email also. Whenever there are issues, I will try to help you out. Use both mobile application as well as web applications, and I hope that this is better than the previous version, and we'll continuously improve it, so that the aim that we want to have, that a digital solution to help delivery of public good as basic as water can be realized by every Pani Samiti, every panchayat. So with that, I think we should close the discussion today. Anything else, Shautik, Anand? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining.
And so video portal page rahega. And
so we will try to make small videos also and make it available to you. A handout, Gautam, would be useful. Kindly make a screen by screen handbook for and manual for also. Manual will also be shared, but I think the more useful thing would be a small video for various functionalities that we will have, and we'll try to do that in Hindi and English both. And then you can use your own resources, your own state level and district level people to make your own videos in local languages. So thank you so much for joining.